In this thrift store makeover, I'm creating Harry Potter pet companions in one of these frames. Hello my lovely ravens, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chantel and today, yes, we are doing a thrift store makeover. I found these frames quite a while ago in a thrift store and they were all 99 cents. And I always had the idea to put some heads in here, and why not do some Harry Potter pet companion heads like Scabbers and Crookshanks like I'm doing in this video today. First of all, I need to remove all the hardware like these screws at the back and the little gibbers that hold the frames in. Take the frames out, sand the whole thing, take the little gibber at the end out as well because we don't need that, and glue these back parts back in. To glue them back in, I'm just using some plain old Gorilla Wood glue like I do for all my wood projects, and just pop the frames back in and let that dry. Whilst that is drying, I have these, what are they? They are pebbles for in an aquarium, and I thought they would be great as cabochons to use for eyes. Which is exactly what I'm doing here. I'm putting some blue tack on a popsicle stick and then place these upside down so I can paint the back of the eyes to make the eyes for Crookshanks. For some reason, these pebbles felt a little bit grubby, like a little bit oily, so I'm going in with some acetone to make sure that absolutely everything is off. And then I'm going in with these two colors from Vallejo. Going in for the pupil first, which is a bit wider than your normal cat eye pupil in this case, and then with orange around it for the color of the eye. The various incarnations of Scabbers over the course of the Harry Potter series were played by 12 real and several animatronic rats. The animal actor who primarily played the part was named Dex, who, with other rats, was trained to run and stay on a mark. And just in case I missed any spots, I'm going over the back with just black, let that dry, and then take them off the popsicle sticks, and then the eyes are done. Crookshanks was most frequently played by Crackerjack, a red Persian cat. Crackerjack learned a retrieving skill for the extendable ear scene in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. I was thinking of using this air dry clay, however, I always find that it is prone to cracking. I have not used that dust clay yet, but I'm going to go with my good old trusty Sculpey. Now this is Sculpey Air or Ultralight, and it does not blend as your normal polymer clay would. So I am first coloring this with orange and gray, because otherwise my camera does not like the white color. That's the main reason why I'm doing this. And I will build up the armature or the main shape, because this is not really an armature, it's more like a shape. I build it up first and then attach that with some liquid Sculpey. And I apply some liquid Sculpey to the foil as well. And then I apply the clay. However, if you want to blend this clay, this particular type of Super Sculpey or Sculpey, because it is like a foam kind of texture, it is easier to blend it with rubbing alcohol or with hand sanitizer, or even baby oil would work as well. Then just popping the eyes in and looking if they're sitting all right, just making sure that they face forward enough. I think I build up at the back a little bit more, and here you can see that I'm using hand sanitizer to blend that all together. Now I'm gonna apply a fur texture over all of this, so it doesn't really matter. The little nose there, and then I'm gonna work on that muzzle. I will build that up with other bits like I'm doing here, just building up that muzzle as much as I want to until I'm happy with it. And then for the texturing, I have this dental tool. You can get these on AliExpress or Amazon. And then I just put some marks in to make it look like fur. Then for the tufts of his front of his chest, or just under his chin, I'm putting all these little teardrop shapes they are, and then I'm going to sculpt them out and blend them together just to make them look like tufts of fur. And here I'm working on Scabbers, same technique. I am then adding the gray because it has a nice undertone for Scabbers, and just sculpting out as much as I can before I start building up his face shape. Then I thought these black beads would be a good eye for Scabbers, but they are way too large for red eyes. So I popped some extra clay in where I dented that in from the big beads. And then I have these little beads on little metal, metal pins. I got these from, I think it was Temu actually. And then blend the rest of that in as well. And I even dip my tools in the hand sanitizer as well to blend the pieces of clay together. And then some more fur texturing. Most of your time with sculpting goes into blending out the clay and texturing whatever texture you want to add to your sculpture. Also added Scabbers' little paws, and if you are a big Harry Potter fan, you will notice that I put a little very important detail in there, and of course his ears to finish him off. And then we're gonna bake that, and then after baking, whilst this is cooling, I am going to add these banners. Now I make these look like they come from the Marauders map kind of thing. I printed these words and then I put some graphite on the back, and then I can trace with one of my tools, and when I take it off it will have transferred, and then I can put that a little bit deeper, the text a little bit deeper into the clay, and then I can make it into a little banner and put it on my project. After sculpting Scabbers and Crookshanks, I found that the board was like the little wooden board was still a little bit too plain. It needed something extra. And then I thought of adding the names here. And if you paid attention at the beginning of the video, you will have noticed that I have 4 of these boards. And I'm only making one of these boards in this video, so you know what that means. After sculpting and baking, there is of course the painting, my favorite part of this whole process. This is where everything comes together and comes to life. I love adding in the new little details and just working with colors to bring it all to life. Except for the black in the background, all the other colors are by Vallejo and Green Stuff World. I think it was Green Stuff World or the Army Paint or something like that, but they are miniature paints. They are way more opaque and they often are more matte, and I really, really love working with them. With most of my videos, I put all the items that I use in the description box below if you want to purchase your own, or if you're just curious to what products I use, you can have a look in the description box below. Now, a very important question. Which one is your favorite? I would have to go with Crookshanks, just because, you know, this little red is not a very nice little red. But I do like reds in general. Let me know in the comments down below. Also, I have opened up my Discord channel for everyone to join. So if you're interested in that, check out the link in the description box and come and say hi over there. Now let's have a look at the final result. Of course, I also had to add whiskers with some fishing wire, so here we are. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun sculpting these creatures, and yes, there will be more. All my social media can be found in the description box below, and if you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell notification button so you don't miss out on any future videos, and of course become part of the Raven family. Thanks so much for watching, stay safe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!